Yes, and I must remember that I can switch between the screens, so you can actually see what I look like when I'm talking. Okay, so hi, my name is TheWillSave,
And I'm Yin Yang Guju.
and this is week 2 of the Will Save. Our attempt to basically use role-playing game launch to try and overcome our rather obvious overweightness and other personal issues in our lives.
Cuddly, please.
Yeah.
I'm adorable.
So, hmm,
I'm adorable.
yes, an adorable person who looks like he got struck by lightning before the video started.
Yeah, I'm having a good hair day.
As
Then
am
again,
I.
I'm always. Then again, I'm always in. But yeah,
Okay,
back to the things.
so for this week, because we want to try and keep these relatively short because we're both still college students and therefore need all the time we have, we wanted to present to you our first week logs and our characters that will basically be our avatars in each other's stories for the next conservative estimate would probably be about 6 months, probably around a year. Yeah, basically our avatars in the stories that are we're going to use for the will save. So, do you want to go first or should I?
I will go first.
All right.
All right, and I will tell you guys right now. So there was a bit of a miscommunication on my end. When we started this, I thought we were actually going to be
I
starting.
completely apologize because I didn't make this clear.
Well, I mean, it was on me because I thought what we were going to be doing this week is just strictly creating the characters and figuring out how we're going to do the logs. I did not realize we were actually starting. What ended up happening is what was supposed to be our first week of the will save ended up being my last hurrah with everything that is bad for me. You will soon find out what that looks like. So I will start with my character first. So may I present to you Bladen Errol. He will be the character that represents me. Um, I will hopefully by next week I will actually have a drawing of him that you guys can go off of because I thought it would be really cool if there was like an actual drawing of the character as he is now and as his stats improve and he go like through his adventure, like it actually like not only do I get skinnier, but the character actually gets skinnier itself, and you see that happen. So I thought it'd be really cool. So I'm gonna do it like that. So as the character description says, is he has like he has big aspirations, often daydreams about being an adventurer and being a hero, but he's he's too fat, too lazy, and in general just too out of shape to actually do that. So as you can see, those are my stats there, which I think we went over. We go over how the stats are gonna how we calculate
We
the stats.
we sort of did, but we didn't have it ironed down. So, should I just explain that now? Because
I can
while we're
explain as I go
there.
over these.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So right, okay. So the first stat is will. The way we actually I'll go over will last, but because all the other ones are very straightforward.
I mean, you could probably just pull up the quiz for that because it is a document in the same Google Drive folder that everything else is.
I'll just explain it. What we can do is if
Okay.
people want to look at it, we can actually link them.
I mean,
The
I already have a
quiz.
link in the description. So,
All
hey,
right, there, perfect. Yeah.
link in the description if you want to see
All
how
right.
we did
Again.
everything.
All right. Again, like I said, I was gonna do Will last, but since you've already went exactly to Will, I guess I'll do it first.
Okay, sorry.
So the way we calculated Will is the way we calculated Will. It's fine. It was we essentially made a quiz and basically to like outline like all the things that we're trying to tackle, which in our case uh, that amounts to sleep, proper exercise, and proper diet. So essentially, we created this quiz that like basically for each of those sections, we said on a scale of 1 to 4, how often are you able to actually like resist the urge resist the urge to break your diet, resist the urge to skip a workout, or resist the urge to stay up late and
Yeah.
lose sleep.
And
And then
also,
we also
just for clarity, on the scale of 1 is you do it all the time, and 4 is you do it never.
yeah.
Like,
So the scale, this basically, so the lower the number, that means the less will you have. Basically, the less willpower you have to stop yourself from doing whatever behaviors or habits that you're addressing. Was the diet, the exercise, and the sleep. Along
yeah,
with that, we also added in 2 other questions that are just how competent are you in just like in exercising willpower in general, same scale 1 to 4, and then how often do these issues prevent you from actually like interact, like having a social life or interacting with people outside, like prevent you from sort of living your life.
well, not even just living your life, but just like engaging in healthy or essential behavior. Like, for example, like does your does your compulsive eating get in the way of you know hanging out with friends, or going to a job interview? Basically just things that allow you to live, just live your life in a way that, you know, I guess live your life in a healthy way that actually like pushes you forward in terms of opportunity and just enjoyment. Okay.
All right, yeah. So that's essentially how we calculated rule. We essentially had these 5 questions that go from a scale of 1 to 4. Well, technically it was 0 to 4 because if we did have an option for if you never do it, then you could put 0.
Yeah.
So essentially you take the quiz and whatever total like your score adds up to be is your will.
Yeah.
So in my case, my character's will was an 8 out of 20. So yeah, I'm set. I'm doing real good, guys. All right. Then I'm sorry to say that the strength number has been redacted. The way we calculate that is the number of push-ups you can do like in one go. And I'm sorry to say
Hmm.
the government has deemed this information classified, so we're gonna skip that.
Well, because I'm effectively the effectively the president, but I'm effectively the leader of this operation. Yeah, I'm officially unredacting that stat.
Mm, fine. The number is 1. I have horrible upper body strength, guys. That's this. It's no secret. Yeah. So I can literally only do 1 regular push-up. Modified push-ups, I might be able to do a couple more, but I wanted to actually base the strength number off of like an actual push-up. And if I could, it would actually be 1.5, but halves don't count in push-ups, so it's 1. Endurance, I actually have not had a chance to calculate my endurance rating because the way we're calculating endurance is essentially by going out, like by basically going out and walking or jogging, whatever you choose, a mile. And essentially, the metric is you choose a pace where you can comfortably walk or jog a mile, and essentially your speed or your rate becomes your endurance score. So like essentially, like so if you could jog a mile and say like walk a mile and like jog a mile in like 10 minutes, then that's like 6 miles per hour. So that would become your endurance score. Then there's well-being or wellness, whatever you want to call it. So wellness, basically the way you calculate that is you take the average amount of sleep you get in a week, like per week, like per day in a week. So the average amount of sleep you get a night, and you add that to your walking speed, like
Hmm.
what's your walking rate, and that becomes your wellness score. Like I said, I can't completely calculate this yet because I actually haven't had a chance to just go out and walk the mile and get that rate yet. But
Yeah, and
by
then
next week, I will
there's
have that
also,
number.
sorry, and then there's also an added bit for well-being, because so like we said about the will score test, there are 5 questions, and the last one is basically just a general sort of well-being question. So you actually add that to your well-being score as well. So like if you have a walking speed, if you have like an average hours of sleep of like say like 6, and then your walking speed is 2, like 2 miles per hour, and then your score on that last question is also 2, you'd have a total you'd have a total score of 10. I think my math is right on that one. Yeah, 2, 2, 6, 10. Okay, cool.
And yes, I actually did score a 10 on the last question of the will quiz because yeah, it's true that that at this point in time, I am like I've hit a line, like a line. I'm at the line of being like at a point where it affects my day-to-day life. But until now, it actually has not really prevented me from like any sort of like social interaction or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I did actually score I'd score a 4 for that one. Right now, my well-being is at a 10 plus whatever my walking speed is going to be, and yeah, that's my character stats. Now on to the weekly log.
The fun
I will,
one.
yeah, I will tell you guys, I nat one this week. I nat one very hard, but it was an intentional nat one. I'm not sure if that makes it better or worse, but it was a very intentional nat one. So, like I said, there was miscommunication. I didn't realize we were actually starting it this week until Wednesday of this week. So I log every night. I log how much sleep I get. So I was able to record that, but I did not log anything that I like ate or did Monday and Tuesday. So, and another thing I realized about halfway through the week is I did this log from Monday to Sunday, which makes very little sense because by the time you see this, I actually have not completed my log of Sunday because Sunday hasn't happened. So probably starting next week, I'm gonna modify this so that it goes from Sunday to Saturday. So I will do my logs from there. So you'll see the results of my Sunday next week. But yeah, here is my log. Like I said, it's not good. One thing to note is I consistently did not get enough sleep. Like what I qualify as enough sleep is at least 7 hours. I prefer to get 8 hours of sleep, but I still feel pretty all right if I get 7 hours of sleep. But over the past week, I consistently did not get the right amount of sleep that I needed. Um, for the most part, like there are a couple of days where, like I said, I had a Pop-Tart, 2 Pop-Tarts for breakfast. Those are very, first of all, they're very unhealthy and also not very filling. So it would probably be more accurate to say that most of the days of the week, I actually just completely skip breakfast, and that's not a good way to do it. Like you need to eat like you need to have a proper like schedule of well, not schedule, but you do need to eat properly. Like just because I skip breakfast, that doesn't really help me lose weight. That actually harmfully impacts me. So that's one thing I really need to work on is actually getting a good, nutritious, balanced breakfast every week.
Well, every day actually.
Yeah, no, just once a week. I only need it once a week. If I can get one day a week where I have a good, nutritious breakfast, I'm set. Yeah, no, yeah, it needs to be every day. My lunches were sort of hit and miss. There were a couple of days where I had like a good lunches, like good like solid lunches. Like I went to Witch and Moe's on Wednesday and Friday, and I got like a really really good like fresh vegetables, no like fatty sauce and stuff like that on wheat, just really really good food. So it was sort of hit and miss with lunch. There's some days where like I got a cookout platter, which I'm sure a lot of people don't know what that is, but it is essentially there's a restaurant near my college called Cookout, and the cookout platter is literally a $5 meal that gives you an entree, 2 sides, and a large drink. I can assure you that not a single one of those things was healthy. So yeah, that is just like my lunch in a nutshell. And then dinner is where I really screwed the pooch. I did not have a single healthy dinner this entire week. They were all very, very, very high in calorie. I went over my budget every single day this week. There's no doubt on that. And it was just in general a bad week. Like I said, I intended for it to be a bad week, but I mean, that doesn't change the fact that it was a bad week. And then the yeah, that's pretty much it. I actually did not actually go work out at all this week. So yeah, like I said, I nat one hard this week, guys. But starting next week, I will do better. Anything else you want me to add? I think I covered pretty much everything.
No, that's pretty much everything.
Mhm.
Well, everything we can cover for this week because again we did say that last. Oh, I switched screens so you can actually see me. Because what we did say last week. Okay, cool. So yeah, last week we said that there's going to be that the way we're going to do this is that we're going to present logs then stories. We obviously can't do that this week because we didn't have a log. We didn't have we had logs, we didn't have characters. So yeah, so starting next week we'll probably do log. Sorry, mind is slightly frazzled because you'll see in a sec because I don't sleep at all. So we'll do logs, then stories, and then maybe some character updates as well. So now it's my turn, and you just said it was present to everyone to share your screen.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you see my screen?
I cannot.
That is, huh? Okay. Hmm. Well, that is a bit troubling, but
all right. Here's my question. When you try to present, are you presenting your actual laptop screen, or are you trying to present an application window?
for me it just says there's just an option that says present to everyone. Like, I'm not sure if that's just for my laptop screen or just.
So you're going to screen share on the left, right?
Wait. There we go.
Yeah, go to screen share. I usually go with application window, and I just have another Google Chrome window open that has everything that I want to present, and then I just you choose that application window, and there we go.
Hey, cool.
Oh, please make it stop. All right.
Okay. So, keeping the
That's
conventions.
another reason why I go with the application window instead.
Yeah, I didn't have that option. I'll have to mess around with that and see what I can do. So my character's name is Ambrosius Clark because I like having a name that makes me sound like a wizard. So my will score is 8.
Yay!
So yeah, we're in the same department there. Yeah, we might go over the quiz in a later video, but so that those scores will have a better context later. My strength score is 10 because despite the fact that I have apparently despite the fact that I haven't really worked out consistently for the past I want to say 5 months now, apparently I'm still strong enough to do 10 push-ups in a single go. Granted, those push-ups are very strained and I'm shaking the whole time. We'll fix that in the next few months for sure. My endurance is 2 miles per hour, which is pretty slow, but we'll see if we can improve that. And the well-being is 9 because I have oh dear God, I keep forgetting how bad this is. I get an average of 5 hours of sleep per night, and my walking speed is 2 miles per hour, and my last score on the will score test is 2, and so that gives me a final score of 9. And my character's backstory is that he's an obese dwarf with addiction to hotcakes and mead. Once you see my log, you'll see why I put that down. And it's the main reason why he stayed overweight for so long. And his compulsion is so bad that he actually ends up wasting a lot of silver on it. And again, you'll see why when you see my log. This compulsion, as well as complacency for his long-term effects, have led to him getting so overweight to the point where certain physical tasks have become difficult without much strain, and also that his ability to traverse great distances, which typically hardy dwarves are known to do, have been completely marred by issues of the breath and massive pain in his normally fitting boots. He wishes to ditch his addiction to hotcakes and mead, so that he can go on many adventures, smelt many items, find a lover, and live a long, productive life. His story begins in his room at the Woodruff Inn, which isn't too far from his favorite place to buy hotcakes and mead. And on to the log. Again, the fun part. So, as you can see, I am currently 5'2", weighing 206 pounds, which for someone who's 5'2" is not particularly good. And, okay, so the reason why I'm always a bit stuttery and weird in these videos is that, again, I get an average of 5 hours a night, and it's recommended that if you want to function normally, you have to get at least 7. So yeah, there's issue number 1. And Sunday I didn't really have a great log because for diet stuff I actually use an app called Lose It to log everything, and I didn't start consistently logging again on Lose It till Monday, which is why you don't have that many detailed stuff about food except for this last one, which is caved into craving, bought and ate sweets from a vending machine. And Ying and Guju. You know how you said that your week was intentionally bad?
Yeah.
For me, it was worse because mine was unintentionally bad. I did not mean to do any of the shit that I did this week. And also, all of my meals, minus the shit that I bought, were completely healthy because my parents provide all that because I live in a dorm room not too far from where they live. Because I'm a yuppie like that. Or I guess a burgeoning yuppie. I guess a burgeoning yuppie because I don't have a job yet.
I feel like you should give yourself more credit. I mean, the reason they do that is because you have a gluten allergy, so it's
that is okay. Yeah, there is that one little detail that I can't eat anything on the college meal plan.
It's less of like, well, I mean, it is kind of a defensive thing, but it's more of like you need that to properly be able to function in a day-to-day basis.
I need that to have food on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be detailed with maybe like Monday and Tuesday, and from there I'll just list all the days that I either exercised or didn't, either exercised, didn't, and just any time that I just ended up caving in on whatever. So yeah, Monday, slept 3 hours and 52 minutes like a champ, and caved, and missed a workout day. Except I did walk 6 miles that day because my campus is big enough and is spread out enough that if you're walking, you're guaranteed to get at least 3 miles in every day if you do. Like if you're not using the trolley system. And Tuesday, 4 slices of turkey, slept 8 hours and 30 minutes, which on its face sounds good until you see the times that I slept. Yeah. The issue is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, my one and only class begins at 1:35, so that basically gave me an hour to get ready and sprint to class as fast as I could. However, basically this is my lunch. This has been my lunch every single day, and that's probably one of the healthiest meals you can have. And then had mixed nuts for snack, which is also one of the healthiest things you can do. Blueberries and cheese also the healthiest thing you can do, except for right before the blueberries and cheese. Yeah. And caved again. So basically everything in red is either me caving or missing or going over my calorie budget or missing a workout day, which I ended up working out like twice this week. Once on Sunday, where I actually got both weights and cardio in, which I try to get both in every day with limited success. And I did weights on Tuesday. Yeah, besides that, every other day I managed to miss, including Saturday. Yeah, my log is not as neat, so I can't exactly. So it's a little bit more difficult to actually go through and show you everything because it'll just look like a blur of text. But the idea is that, unlike Ying and Guju, where his was intentionally bad, mine was unintentionally bad, and I also managed to miss workouts almost every single day of the week. Okay, so there's my. Sorry about that. We'll have to fix that.
Again, application window. I'll show you what I mean later.
Okay. So
All right. So yeah, I mean, just in general, was not a this was not a great start, but I mean, people who play D&D know. I mean, sometimes you just have a bad start, but I mean, you got to get up and just keep moving. I mean, first time I played D&D, my very first roll ever, I nat one and face planted into a tree trunk. I then
I was
proceeded.
there. It was funny.
Yeah, I then proceeded to essentially carry the entire next fight by myself. Okay, not by myself, but like I essentially I did a lot of work in that fight. So like, yeah, we had a bad week, and I'm not trying to make light of it and like dismiss it. Like, yeah, whatever. Okay, we had a bad week because a bad week it's not a good thing to have. But I mean, now that this week is done, we can reminisce over it and figure out what we can do better. But now we focus on the next week, and we do our best to make sure we do good next week.
Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna do.
So yeah, basically the philosophy, like one philosophy that I'm going to try using for this is basically to not try and have a good week or a good month, but to try and have a good day and try to keep having, and then kind of try to keep stringing together good days. Because inevitably, when you string together good days, you will have a good week, you'll have a good month, you'll have a good year, and hopefully, with those good days, good weeks, good years, good months, good years, you'll actually, that'll come with some improvement.
Mm-hmm. Well said.
Okay, so is that all we have to talk about?
I believe so. Starting next week or the week after that, are we going to start doing stories?
I was thinking next week because we both have
Okay.
because we both have characters now. I mean, you have a couple of stats you need to add in, but
Yeah.
we both have characters and we both have starting points. At least
Mm-hmm.
at the bare minimum, at the very least, starting points. So we have something to work with. And story snippets. I mean, they don't necessarily have to be that long. All they really have to do is incorporate. I'm debating if they should incorporate like every single event. Excuse me. Like so, if you caved every single day of the week, does it negatively affect your character? Like, do all those events negatively affect your character, or do you just like an average for the week?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a day. Oh, sorry.
No,
Or,
I was saying, I was
okay.
agreeing. I was just, I get it. Continue. I'm sorry.
So yeah, we'll get back to you with that next week. But as of now, it's going to be using the entire week. So yeah, basically, the idea behind the story snippets is that each session, which is basically just a week's worth of story writing, will incorporate the log, will incorporate all elements of the log, positive and negative, and will affect the character in that way, in the story. Because the idea behind this is that by the end of it all, we should have like a fairly long, hopefully very epic narrative that basically mirrors our journey to accomplish whatever it is we want to accomplish. And that's what the log's for, because it helps sort of illustrate where the story should actually go. In the basically in the life of that character.
All right. Cool beans.
So yeah.
By which I mean, yes, I agree completely.
Yeah, not everyone knows what that phrase means. Like, I heard it for the first time in middle school, and I was very confused.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, after that very odd outro, just discussion. Yeah.
Only 2 more to go.
Yep. Oh god damn it. Okay. So, so that's the TheWillSave for this week, and we'll see you around.
All right.
See ya.
Bye, guys.